ultimately you just have to prioritize your well-being, period. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie. I'm very excited for this week's video and this week's topic, as we're going to talk about self-growth, and a topic that is important to me and my growth, my journey, and something that can help you out, something that you need to hear, maybe something that you're seeking. I'm more than happy to talk about how to put yourself first and how it's okay to be selfish. If you're new here, I'm a content creator. I cover topics like beauty, skincare, and self-development. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to check out my channel and subscribe. But let's go ahead and get right into this topic. So chances are that you maybe found this video on your YouTube or you were seeking it out because it's something that you needed to hear. It's something that you needed to learn from that you haven't learned yet, and you feel like maybe hearing it from another person will help you out. I've been there. And it definitely does feel comforting, and it's like you have someone that understands you, which is the best feeling. So I want to first go into what is being selfish, what it's perceived as, and how you can turn it into being more positive. So the definition of selfish is of a person, action, or motive lacking consideration for others. So by the world, selfish means that you lack consideration for others. You don't think about others, you think about yourself. And it's very true. It's not a cute, pretty trait to have, to be selfish, because you're not empathetic. You don't care about anyone else's feelings, anyone else's mentality. You don't think about how other people are, and it's just only about you. But being selfish can go hand in hand with putting yourself first, and I'm gonna get into that. What does it mean to put yourself first, and how you can use that word in a more positive light. So selfish to me personally means that I am doing all the steps to prioritize myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, where I'm not losing myself. In life, you can come across many situations or many people who drain you, who make you less of yourself, and you have to cater to everyone else. Take it from me, I am a recovering people pleaser. I feel like I have lived my life just being a people pleaser, being yes man, and just kind of going along with what other people say and not standing my own ground and having my own thoughts. As I've gotten older, I've learned how to branch out of that and just become myself, stand true in what I believe. It might not be what everyone else believes, what everyone else is saying, what everyone else is doing, but it's uniquely me. And that's considered being selfish. Because let's talk about the environment that you were raised in. It really does go back to like your foundations. You were taught that you putting yourself first was a bad thing, especially if you came from a family of immigrants, if you are first generation. I'm Hispanic, and I'm first generation. Cultural dynamic is that, you know, you think collectively, you think as a unit, you think as a family. You have to really put your family first and consider your family's needs. And then especially as a woman in Hispanic culture, we're deemed to be kind of like the last step. Everyone else comes before us, our siblings, our children, our spouses, and then we come last. We eat last. We serve food for others, and then we come last. We rest, and it's like, okay, I did my job. Now I can think about myself. And it's amazing to have that trait of just thinking about others and serving others. It's beautiful. But I feel like we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves in the process of catering to everyone else and making sure that they're good before we're good. And that's where the problem lies. And that, I feel like, has been the foundation of so many of my difficult times in my life, because I have put other people before me. And I never knew what putting myself first was. I never knew that. I've heard the saying of like, okay, you have to put yourself first, but I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what it meant until I was at a place struggling with my life and my mental health, and I had to force myself to think for myself and not go to any other people for advice or what I should do with my own life. Perfect example, I was about 20 or 21 years old, and I was thinking about making a decision that was best for me during that time, and I went to somebody else to make that decision for me. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? What do you think? And in return, this person gave me a response that they thought that was best for me. Your family think that they know what's best for you because they raised you and they instilled so many things in you. So of course they're gonna give you an answer where it's, I know what's best for you, take this route. And so I took that route. I made that decision based off of the advice that they gave me, and I listened to them. And when I made that decision, it was the worst one. You know, I had in my own mind something that I wanted to do, but I still considered their points of view. And I took their points of view because it's like, okay, you know, they're older than me, they know what's best for me, you know? So I went with that decision, and ultimately I regretted it because I followed through and I was still stuck at that place. Just mentally, I was still not feeling good about myself. And then I thought to myself, wow, I wish I would have listened to myself. Then came another opportunity where I was put in the position, am I gonna follow somebody else's advice on what they think is best for me? Or am I actually going to follow through with what I know is best for me, what I know is going to make me feel good? So the opportunity came again, and I didn't go to anyone else. I said, I'm standing firmly in this decision that I'm making, and I'm putting myself first. For the very first time in my life, that highlighted me prioritizing myself. And I had never prioritized myself ever. Honestly, that was the first time. I was maybe around 21 where I was like, I'm making this decision because I know that it's best for me. Because I know that if I make this decision, I'm gonna feel good about it and I'm not gonna regret it like how I regretted listening to you. And so I did. It felt great. It really helped me. It helped me at a place where I was just emotionally drained, mentally drained, and it gave me a break. You know, I had to take a break from something. I had to step back, and it really helped me. It did, because if I continued and I didn't take that break, I would have been worse right now before you. So it was necessary for me to, one, listen to myself, and two, make that decision in general. Again, people think that they know what's best for you until you know what's best for you. And I feel like this helps a lot when you're already in your 20s or your early 20s, where you have solidified who you are as a person and you're learning who you are as a person in this world and your personality traits, your mentality, and you're getting more comfortable with that. You no longer have to go to anyone else to think about, what do you think is the right thing for me? No, I feel like once you know yourself, you're comfortable in saying, I can make this decision on my own, and that's the best feeling. If you haven't gotten to that place yet, please practice it and try to think internally of who you are, of what suits you best. Practice putting yourself first more often. It really does help. If you listen to people who, like on social media, if you listen to people who you don't know, strangers, they may or may not help. If they don't truly know you, it may not help at all. Sometimes it comes from people who are very close to you and who are your family, who think that they know you and they know your trials and tribulations, but chances are that they really don't. They only know kind of like the surface of you. So I would just say take their advice with a grain of salt. Ultimately, you just have to prioritize your well-being, period. And so going back to reaffirming that it's okay to be selfish, it's okay to not drain yourself. It's okay to not have the responsibility of fixing someone. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to say no. No is a full sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. It's okay to live this life for you. And this is something that I'm realizing, is that this life is for me. You know, I wasn't placed here to just be a part of this collective unit and this collective way of thinking. I am this type of person where it's like, your opinion is not my opinion. What you've been through is not what I've been through. We are two completely different people. Just because we are in close proximity, or just because we are family, just because we are close best friends, doesn't mean that we share the same thing on everything. I am my own person, and many times that comes into like tricky settings where it's, oh, I didn't think that you were that type of person. People have this perception of you, and once people have this perception of you of well, you're a part of this. You're gonna act, think, and eat the way that we do. Especially, again, if this comes into just like cultural upbringings, you're expected to be that kind of person and carry on that way of being. And if you break away from that, it's like, oh my gosh, it's very unexpected. It makes them uncomfortable. It makes them confused as to why you have boundaries, why you're saying no, why you're putting yourself first. You're no longer coming to them for advice on how to live your life, on decisions to make. Expected of you to be the opposite of that. So if you're Hispanic and you were raised in that kind of culture of just, you know, family first, a lot of collective mind thinking, then please comment and let me know if you have been through these things and just examples in which you resonate with my story, because a lot of it I feel like has to do with just like cultural upbringings. And the thing about cultural upbringings that has really helped me on my journey and throughout the years, I would honestly say from my early 20s, like 20, I'm 25 now, I have unlearned so much of that cultural upbringing. So yes, having culture is beautiful and being from a family of immigrants is beautiful, but I feel like there are many teachings culturally that are good, that are beautiful, again, but then there are other ones that are toxic, that are not so great. I just don't think that people pleasing, being a yes man, and trying to fix someone who doesn't even want to fix themselves is gonna help you out. And a lot of people in life play it safe, but if you're watching this, then chances are that you don't want to play it safe. You don't. You want to learn how to put yourself first. You want to continue on that path. You want to be selfish in a healthy way. And remember that being selfish isn't a bad thing, isn't a negative thing. I promise you that it's not. Once you're comfortable in that, and once you're comfortable in saying, no, I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to act for myself. I'm going to feel for myself. And it's going to be different from how you feel, how you think, how you act, because I'm my own person and I'm putting myself first. In comparison, if I was putting you first, I would lose myself. I would lose myself if I continued trying to change people and trying to make people someone who they are now, because it's not my job. I'm here to live my life. I'm here to be myself. I'm not here to take on your problems. As much as advice that I can give you, at the end of the day, that's you're doing how you conduct your life, how you want to better yourself. Some people don't want to better themselves at all. So then what are you going to do? Are you going to lose yourself? No, you can't. You can't, because this is your only life to live. And so I feel so much comfort in saying these words, because it's the top priority and the first thing that I learned on my mental health journey, on my healing journey, is that it's okay to put myself first. It's okay to think about me for once and not think about what does this person think that I should do, or just like walking on eggshells. No, it's not healthy to live life that way. I don't recommend it. It's not it. It's not it. But one thing I will tell you that is that it's okay. It's okay to think about yourself and to prioritize your goals, your ambition, what you want out of life. It may look very different from how you were raised, from the ways that you were raised, from your community, but I promise it's the best thing that you could do for yourself. If you haven't gotten there yet, you definitely can. Surely can. It's gonna come with some backlash. Yeah, people are gonna question boundaries. What's that? No. What? A weight from you is going to be lifted off your shoulders. You're going to feel so much better. That's all that I want to share on this topic of putting yourself first and how it's okay to be selfish. This was the best thing that I ever learned. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more self-growth, self-development videos like this. I have so many other topics that have helped me on my healing journey that I would love to share with you all. If you want to follow me on my other social media platforms, you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. And I will see you on the next one. As always, much love from me to you, wherever you are. Much love.